the SmackDown Women's Champion, set to defend here at WrestleMania.
An absolutely enchanting arrival for perhaps the greatest pure athlete in the WWE.
Charlotte winning the title back in November on SmackDown Live, has held it for 145 days, and Byron, she has been magnificent as champion.
It's amazing to think just 5 years ago Charlotte was concerned whether or not she could fill her father's footsteps, but now she is confident. She is a champion.
For 914 days, Asuka has remained undefeated, having won the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. Her selection, Graves, was the Queen.
The Queen successful. Tonight, Asuka intent on dethroning the Queen.
And this match is presented by Rocket League. Get 2 free WWE in-game items from Rocket League now. Redeem code WrestleMania from the extras menu.
So your dream opponent be at a WrestleMania? Her answer, Charlotte.
Well, Asuka outlasted 29 other superstars to win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. And now she finds herself here on the grandest stage of them all.
That 2.5-year plus winning streak goes up in smoke on the grandest stage of them all. High pressure tonight for Asuka.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Introducing the challenger from Osaka, Japan. Winner of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match, the Empress of Tomorrow, Ashuka! And her opponent from the Queen City, she is the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlet Flair!
You mentioned a high-pressure situation, Byron. Nobody in this business puts as much pressure on herself as Charlotte Flair does.
Charlotte has said that every time she goes out, she has to be transcendent, and she will have to do that tonight against Asuka. Flair will enjoy the champion's advantage tonight, meaning Asuka must gain pinfall or submission on Charlotte Flair in order to win the title.
Let me tell you something about the mindset of Charlotte Flair. She celebrated her birthday a couple days ago. She didn't want any gifts. She didn't want to actually celebrate. She said all she wanted was to beat Asuka.
Well, here we go. The question on everybody's mind is about to be answered. Who will reign supreme, the Queen or the Empress?
For the first time ever, one-on-one, Asuka and Charlotte.
Great athleticism by Asuka.
Graves, we talked about it this past week on SmackDown Live. 2 incredible athletes, but a lot of contrast between them in style.
Very, very different styles. Charlotte Flair using a little mind game, styling and profiling. Asuka primarily will rely on her incredible striking ability and submission techniques, whereas Charlotte's probably going to go to her power game.
Hey, because she is undefeated, Asuka has actually publicly called Charlotte the underdog in this match.
Now Asuka on the move, underneath. Wow, look at the speed here of Asuka, trying to use it early, and look at Charlotte.
What a unique takedown by Charlotte, looking for the figure 4.
Trying to go for it early, pick the leg, there's a cover and a kick out.
Knee right on the money.
For the title, here's the cover and a kick out.
I assure you both of these women have spent so much time in the past few weeks studying tape of one another, trying to plan their attacks.
It's the first time Charlotte has been the recipient of one of Asuka's strikes, and as John Cena looks up, Cena said he would be here. He said he'd be in the crowd to watch if he couldn't face The Undertaker, but in the meantime, Charlotte just registering, getting that first blow from Asuka.
Double stomp right to the lower back of Charlotte. Asuka on the attack early.
Now Asuka again went for the hip
Here's
attack.
the power of the Queen.
Using the height to advantage. Cover here and a kick out. And now Charlet. Those signature Flair chops.
Oh, she got Asuka in the face with that one.
Yeah. And Charlet has put so much pressure on herself leading into this matchup. Has to perform at her best. Has to keep mistakes to a minimum. Oh, man.
Did you hear that kick?
Oh, and unloading that right on the back of the neck did Asuka. And now another hip attack, this time into the barricade.
The Queen is in peril.
And Asuka has all the confidence in the world at this moment.
Especially considering her first ever WrestleMania. And look at the shoulder there of Charlotte Flair. Went into the barricade in the process there.
That's the last thing Charlotte can afford to have right now is a target for Asuka to capitalize on it. Look, Asuka realizes
Asuka sees the target. You're right, Byron.
We know how gifted of a submission specialist that Asuka is. The Asuka lock can tie you up, and an injury to the shoulder could be devastating.
Oh, even a healthy shoulder can be separated by the Asuka lock. Imagine what a damaged one could do.
And Asuka
just riding Charlotte down.
And trying to grab a hold there on the left. Oh, and driven into the canvas.
This is going to force Charlotte to immediately rethink her game plan.
And Asuka now able to slow down the pace of this match here. And Graves, what is Charlotte going to have to do here to turn things around on such an intimidating superstar?
To this point, Charlotte has had absolutely no answers for any of the offense Asuka has provided. But the Queen is no stranger to the big stage. This isn't the Queen's first WrestleMania. Charlotte knows big match situations. You got to dig deep.
Oh! Shot right there on the jaw. Oh!
Asuka answers with a knee strike. I think Charlotte's going to learn in short order. You don't want to.
Charlotte
Match
responds.
strikes with Asuka.
Charlotte responds in kind, still favoring that shoulder.
Third consecutive championship match at WrestleMania for Charlotte. Prepared for this situation.
Asuka.
Whoa.
Could be looking for the Asuka lock now.
Got a hold of Charlotte from behind around the neck here, trying to isolate the right arm there. And as the trying to pull it back here.
Great strategy by Asuka, using all of her body weight to try to wear down the Queen.
And Charlotte, the backpack stunner able to get Asuka off her shoulders.
I'm not entirely sure Asuka's jaw didn't bounce off the top of Charlotte's head.
And how savvy was that by the champion, making sure she could get out of that submission in some capacity.
Charlotte realized the urgency of the situation and to her credit, got out of it.
Oh!
Sharp strikes to the lower back of the challenger.
Oh! Wow! Right across the neck, and Charlotte sending Asuka face first into the mat.
And again.
Oh!
Stick with what works.
And the target area on Charlotte was the shoulder. Well, she found the neck of Asuka, and now Charlotte.
We've seen the Queen go high risk in these big situations.
Charlotte going for it.
Thinking about the moonsault. Oh my gosh! Look at Asuka! Asuka got a hold of her.
Asuka's got the triangle locked in.
I don't think anybody has countered the moonsault of Charlotte that way.
Like a Venus flytrap, Asuka just picking Charlotte out of the air. The Queen's championship is in danger.
Charlotte trying to fight, trying to do whatever she can.
Charlotte just powerful enough
Wow.
to force her way out, and the Boston crowd applied.
Sitting down here on this submission. Can Asuka get to the bottom rope? Is she going to tap out and see her streak broken at the Superdome? Wait, cover. Now Charlotte, shoulders down and a kick out.
Counter for counter. These two athletes have an answer for everything. Charlotte now looking like a lioness in battle.
Incredible competitive spirit between these two ladies.
Incredible atmosphere here at WrestleMania. Perhaps the biggest women's match in WrestleMania history. Oh, man. And again, the injured left shoulder there into the bottom rope. Oh, man. Asuka just so quick for the championship cover and a kick out.
This goes to show you how sudden Asuka's offense can be, whether it be her strikes or just her ring awareness, as you saw, using the ring rope to further injure the Queen's shoulder.
Able to close the space and is not giving Charlotte any room to escape.
This is just pure malice. Just stomping at the face of Charlotte Flair.
And Charlotte's trying to collect herself in the corner. Oh, Asuka, whoa. Oh! And they shut down by Charlotte.
Nothing fancy about that, but it bought Charlotte Flair a few extra moments to recover.
But what can Charlotte do with it is the question.
John Cena looking on a front row seat here for this incredible championship match, and now Charlotte Flair to the outside.
Oh no, Asuka picking up speed.
Asuka went for the hip attack again. Oh, wow. Right on the cheek.
The Queen's weathered the early storm of Asuka, and I believe is starting to plan her game accordingly.
What is Charlotte thinking here?
Oh no, she's thinking about retaining her championship, but
out on the apron.
At what price?
Hardest part of the ring. Charlotte Flair caught by the turnbuckle.
Back in the ring. No.
Asuka now.
No, Asuka, no.
Oh no! To the floor with a suplex.
That's got to be it. No one's getting up from that.
Charlotte and Asuka both down on the floor in the SmackDown Women's title match.
Shows just how much Asuka wants to win this championship. Once again, look at this suplex off the apron. Asuka sacrificing her own body just to inflict more damage onto the champion.
Well, if inflicting damage was the goal, Asuka succeeded with flying colors. Charlotte Flair in bad shape, but then again, did Asuka take herself out?
The official has begun his count, and again, if Asuka is counted out here in this matchup, Charlotte Flair will retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Asuka rolls back in, and in comes Charlotte Flair. This match means that much to Flair.
I think that was instinct and emotion. Asuka rolling in before Charlotte. I don't think Asuka realized at that moment that had she won by countout, she wouldn't win the championship.
I'm the queen.
Neither woman wants to bow down here at Wrestlemania, and look at Asuka.
That might have been a mistake, Charlotte.
Rapid fire strikes by Asuka. I think the Queen's confidence maybe got to be a little too much in that moment.
Asuka going up to the top turnbuckle. Asuka, off the mental drop kick, scrambles into a cover here and a kick out.
Charlotte dared Asuka, show me what you got, and Asuka has responded emphatically.
And now remember the suplex on the outside, the back of Charlotte in a tremendous amount of agony right now.
Well, notice Asuka holding the arms of Charlotte Flair, each stomp putting extra pressure on the shoulder joints of the Queen.
And that left shoulder that Asuka's targeting right now.
Get out of there. Let's go.
Wait, whoa, Asuka. Asuka was trying to hook Charlotte there off the top turnbuckle, and look at the Queen go. And now Charlotte going up to the top.
On earth.
Join Asuka.
It's a highly hazardous situation,
Charlotte
gentlemen.
Flair with a strong gymnastics background, but this is dangerous. Spanish fly.
Cover to break the streak. Kick out.
My goodness.
Charlotte had to reach deep down into the playbook for that one. But even that incredible feat of athleticism would not keep the Empress down. Look at this.
Unreal.
Incredible rotation. Boom. And the rough landing into the canvas. But somehow Asuka kicked out.
Asuka's body has got to be racked with pain after a fall from that distance.
Like Charlotte knew coming into this match, she was going to have to dig deep into her bag of tricks if she wanted to get past the Empress of Tomorrow.
And
it begs the question, how deep is Charlotte Flair's bag of tricks? What is she willing to do?
Natural solo.
Counter. Asuka rolled through into this submission. Look at the torque on Charlotte's shoulders.
Is Charlotte Flair going to tap here?
We're going to have a new champion.
Oh my gosh, and look at how Charlotte Flair trying to use her legs here to get to the bottom of the curtain.
Asuka refusing to release.
Pull it back on the right arm there is Asuka.
With the pressure on the neck and shoulder of Charlotte Flair, the SmackDown Women's Champion could be.
Wait a minute now, Charlotte.
Wow.
Wanting to go for the figure four here. Asuka trying to fight her off.
Oh, wow.
Charlotte blocked it.
Like Asuka lit a fire in Charlotte.
Off the fireman's carry. Here comes Asuka.
Looking for the Asuka lock.
And once again, has a hold on the left shoulder.
Can the Empress lock her hands? Charlotte Flair's so powerful. Can Asuka lock her fingers to complete the submission?
And Charlotte's got to be careful here with Asuka.
Asuka.
Oh, no.
Oh, rolls through.
Brought down, shoulders down, and a kick out.
So close, so close.
Oh, and right on the side of the face there from Asuka.
Oh, that guttural howl of Asuka. Oh, spear.
Charlotte into the cover. Kick out.
Charlotte knew that was her best chance thus far to win this match.
You can see the expression on Charlotte's face. There's
tears welling up in Charlotte's eyes. Tears of frustration.
Look, this match is competitive as much as it is emotional. Watch this again.
Oh! Incredible impact. Charlotte nearly cutting Asuka in half. You can see the reaction of the WWE faithful here in New Orleans.
And Charlotte trying to figure out, how do you beat Asuka?
I'm beginning to believe that Charlotte Flair came into this match as an underdog.
Snap into the figure four. Trying to bridge into the figure eight, and yes, she does.
It's locked in.
Figure eight, but one arm. The left arm, the injured left arm of Charlotte.
Charlotte unable to post on her injured shoulder, but Asuka still writhing in pain.
This is incredible by the Queen.
The Queen pulling out all the stuff.
Oh my God! Asuka taps. The streak of Asuka is over.
Here is your winner, and still the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair.
Absolutely incredible. Charlotte Flair, maybe the underdog tonight, fighting through adversity. Her iron will, snapping the fabled streak of the Empress of Tomorrow. Asuka forced to bow down to the Queen.
Charlotte needed this. She said she needed this to prove that she is every bit as good as she believes that she is.
Take a look back here at the sequence here in this match. It's Charlotte, this tremendous spear here down the stretch. But this is where it turned here, Graves. Went for the figure four, bridged into the figure eight with one arm nonetheless.
Charlotte would create a tripod out of her own body, fighting through the pain. Asuka simply could not hold on any longer and was forced to relent. What an unbelievable contest
and
from both of these athletes.
Look at the stun on the face of the WWE Universe. New Orleans has seen streaks snap before, but still, I don't know if there's anyone here tonight that thought Asuka could lose.
What a special moment for that young lady right there. She earned this victory. She earned the right to continue to be called SmackDown Women's Champion.
And hats off to Asuka. She brought the fight to the Queen. Asuka hung on the grandest stage of them all, and I know for a fact this will not be Asuka's last WrestleMania moment. What a battle.
Charlotte was ready for Asuka. Congratulations!
Congratulations to both of these incredible women. The women's evolution in WWE continues to grow with these two at the forefront. What a match, what a moment. Congratulations to Charlotte and Asuka.
The respect here from the WWE Universe, and both competitors completely overcome in this moment.
Two extremely proud competitors who show the world why they both are on top of their games.
"914 days of dominance for Asuka comes to an end here at WrestleMania.